Welcome to construction and loci part 2. So in the previous video we looked at must-have tools and some basic skills. In this video we're going to take a look at a bit of construction. Then in the next video we're going to finish up construction and loci. Let's get started. So we're going to start with a perpendicular bisector of a line. We're going to learn how to draw a perpendicular bisector of a line. But before we can get started, let's first understand the meaning of perpendicular bisector. So perpendicular means at right angle. So if someone says they are standing perpendicular to the floor, they mean they are at right angle to the floor, at 90 degrees to the floor. Then bisector means two equal sections. Bi is two, and sector, you can take it as sections. So a perpendicular bisector is something like this. Let's say we have AB and there is a line. A perpendicular bisector to the line AB is a line that cuts AB like this. One, it divides AB into two equal halves and it is at 90 degrees. There is also another scenario or another situation where the word bisector is used. Not perpendicular bisector, but just bisector. In that scenario, it's called angular bisector. So we can have an angle here and we can have a line that cuts it at 90 degrees. I mean that cuts it at the middle, so that we have two equal sections here. So this is called an angular bisector. We're going to learn how to construct this later. So how do we construct a perpendicular bisector of a line? So here are the steps. First, get a rule, a compass and a pencil. Draw the length of a line to be bisected using a rule, as in the case where not exactly the previous case, but the case where I'd shown you how to draw a base line. So you get a rule, you draw a line. Sometimes actually you might have a line already drawn. So what you're supposed to do are the next step, not these preliminary steps. So you stretch the arms of the compass such that they are more than half the length of the line to be bisected. Okay, so let's say we have the line AB. So you put your compass here, then the other leg with the other arm of the compass with a pencil, you extend it somewhere up to here so that it is more than half. The middle point half is here, so you extend it to be more than here. Okay, when you do that with while standing here, you go to the next step. So this is what I meant. You put your compass here, then you extend it to be somewhere here. So so the next step is to put your compass on one end of the line. So you can put your compass here, then draw an arc above the line and another below it. So when you put your compass here, draw one arc here and another arc here. All right, one above the line and the other one below the line. Then you repeat step 2 on the other end. Then the final step is to connect the intersection of the arcs with a straight line. So this is too much words. So let's put the words in action. So you stand on A here, then you draw an arc like this. Okay, one on top and the other one on the bottom. So just stand here, then you rotate your compass so that it cuts it. You may draw an arc here. Then you can just lift it a bit so that this part is not disturbed, and another one here, the same length, not changing the length. Then after that, you go on the other point, you do the same. So an arc here till they meet like this, and another one on the bottom, they will meet like that. So when you do this, the next point is to connect the meeting points of the arcs. So these should be faint lines because they are not answers, they are just a way to get answers. So the answer is the perpendicular bisector, which should be drawn as a solid line, not as a faint line. So you can draw it like that. That's your perpendicular bisector. So the next is a perpendicular line from a point. So this is just a line that passes that cuts the other line at 90 degrees, but not necessarily perpendicular. I mean not a bisector, but just perpendicular. So it can be any line, it can pass through here as long as it is at 90 degrees, but not at the middle. So usually you have a line already drawn like this, Let me just show you the steps. Before actually I can do that, I wanted to emphasize that perpendicular, of course, is at right angle. So here we don't care about bisector. We only care about perpendicular, which is a line cutting this at 90 degrees, like this. So the steps. Step 1, you get a ruler, compass, and a pencil as usual. You should have a line AB and a point C already drawn. So you have a line AB and a point somewhere here called C already drawn, like this one here. So you have C here already drawn. So it can be a triangle like ABC. So you have your AB, then they are saying you draw a line that is perpendicular to AB but passing through C. So when you do that, you put your compass on the point the perpendicular line should pass or originate. So you put your compass here. So when you put your compass here, then with the arm of the compass that has a pencil, you stretch it so that it should be able to cut the line AB. So when you do that, you draw an arc to cut the line at 2 points. So you draw an arc like this. So when you do this, you go to the next steps. So sorry, my numbering is bad. So step 5, you stand on one of the 2 points. The arc crosses the line. So it crosses the line here and here. So you stand on one of the points, any depending on which one you prefer. Then when you do that, you go to the next step, which is you draw an arc on the side of the line opposite to where the point is. So when you stand here with your compass, the arm that has a pencil, you take it this side and you draw an arc here. It can be any length as long as it is on the other side. All right, actually it shouldn't be any length. Use the same length here so that there is no confusion. So just don't disturb it. Stand here and draw an arc here. Then when you do that, you go to the other point. So that's our arc. You go to the other point. So you repeat the same step on this other point here. So you stand here and you draw another arc. So when you have these 2 arcs meeting here, you draw a line that passes through C, a point where in the question they have specified that it should pass to where the 2 arcs are meeting, like this. So this is a perpendicular line to AB. The next one is that one which had introduced the angular bisector. Angular bisector. So again, angular means it has to do with an angle, and bisector, 2 equal sections. So we have an angle here, angle BAC. So they want a line that cuts BAC like this. That's the angular bisector. So sorry, be with me on the steps. Forget about these ones which I've shown. Let me show the other steps. So these are the all steps. So first you get a rule, a compass, and a pencil as usual. You should have angle BAC already drawn. So you should have BAC. It can be a triangle, so this angle should already be there. Then put your compass on the point the 2 lines meet. So you put your compass here where your angle is, or where the 2 lines that forms an angle meet. Then you draw an arc to cut the 2 lines. So you draw an arc of whatever length, but it should cut the 2 lines. So like this. So this arc has cut here and here. So the next steps are you place your compass where one of the lines is cut by the arc and draw an arc between the lines. So you get your compass again, you put it here, okay, where this arc has cut one of the lines. Then you draw an arc inside here. You draw an arc. So you stand there and you draw an arc. Then again you go here, you draw another arc. So you have that. The last step is to join where the arcs are meeting to the middle point here, A. So when you do that, you have that. That's your angular bisector. Finally, we take a look at a parallel line. A parallel line. So you know what a parallel line means. So 2 lines are parallel if they never meet, no matter the circumstance. So usually you have a line AB, then they want a line parallel to this. So normally the way the question comes, they'll ask you, anyway, I want to go there. has there's a video that is dedicated to show how questions are structured. So how do you draw a parallel line? So the steps are: you get a ruler, a compass, and a pencil as usual. You should have a line AB drawn. You transfer a length equal to the length between AB and its parallel line. So they'll tell you that the length between these lines, between AB and a line that should be parallel to AB, they can tell you maybe to say 3 centimeters. So what you do is you get your compass, you transfer a length equal to whatever they have said, and then you go to the next step. So you put your compass on any point on line AB and draw arcs. So this arc should be nearly semicircles. On the side, the parallel line should be. So you can draw a parallel line here or here of the same length. So depending on the question, let's say they want you to draw it this side. So you can stand here where A is, you draw an arc in form of a semicircle, and you go on another point as long as it is on this line. So keep on going. You can draw as many as you want, but at least they should be more than 3 or 4, so that you can have something that is equal to the true answer. So I can stand there, I draw an arc. I can also stand there, I draw an arc. I can stand here also and draw another arc. All right, so when you do this, you go to the last step. So the last step is to connect the tips of the arcs as below. So you identify the tips, the top part here of the arcs. So you connect the top part of the arcs. You have to be very careful. Put your rule so that when you draw the line that you're going to draw, it's going to meet only the tips or the apex or the top part of the arcs of these arcs you have drawn. So when you do that, you're going to have something like that. So if you look at mine, actually I wasn't accurate since I was just using a computer to draw. This was supposed to be a little bit above. As you can see, it is touching, but here it's like get a little bit inside. But anyway, that's how to draw a parallel line. So this marks the end of this second video. In the next video, we're going to take a look at how to construct other things like triangles, circles, quadrilaterals, and the likes. Then we'll finish up with loci. Happy solving.